Hey everybody, it's Bennett Davison and Torin, Washington here. We're going to be talking about BC, Erebuni, and Armenia. Torin, how's it going today?
Doing pretty good, man. Thanks for having me.
Nice. Well, thank you for joining me. Just want to ask you a few questions about Armenia. What was the whole process like? What did you expect? What time in the career was this for you? Give me a little details on the process of finding the team, communicating with them, who found it for you, and when you got there.
Okay. So this time, this is recent. I was in Armenia from August of 2018 until January of 2019. I have a new agent now who helped me seal the deal. This is my second year out of college, so this is my second year playing as a professional. A little more seasoned, I kind of know what's going on a little bit more, so I know what to kind of look for, what not to look for. So starting off, I was coming from not being in Europe. I started off in Europe, had to kind of go. I played in Mexico, played in Morocco, and I was told by quite a few people that if you want to get more money and kind of be a little bit more respected, you want to go back to Europe. So that's what I did. I went to Europe, played in the top league in Armenia, and just from the gate, I noticed different signs. From the beginning, they paid for my flight there and my return flight back. So that was good starters right there. I was told that if we did good and we won a certain amount of games, we would qualify to play in the Euro League and the Euro Cup. I was told, we would have a team car. I was told, just a lot of things. I was told the name was going to be on the back of the jerseys. Excuse me. Just a lot of things. And, me talking with my agent, him kind of knowing certain people because the people that ran my team, they were from Lebanon. And I know Lebanon is, pretty, well respected as far as basketball. So I just thought, the situation was going to be real good. So that's just kind of my whole thing. My agent helped me find the team in Armenia. Like I said, it started off very well because, like I said, before I even left, they paid for my flight there and my return ticket.
It was different from Bosnia.
Total 360. Well, total 180, I would say.
Yeah, turn around, right back to the same spot. Yeah. So when you got on the plane and you landed and stuff, was someone there to pick you up? Did you have an apartment set up for you? Did you have to share an apartment? What was the situation once you actually got there?
Yeah, so when I actually landed there, the president was there, the owner was there, and he also had one of my teammates with me. He had our center, our big fella. He's from Slovakia, and came pick me up. Typically when you come off the ash, are you hungry and stuff? I had a little jet lag, so we, kind of got a bite to eat, and we shot off to our apartment. The apartment that I was told we were going to be in, the picture that was sent to me was kind of different from what we were actually staying in, but he was like, this is just kind of temporary. And so, our new apartment kind of finished getting renovated or whatever. So that's kind of how that was, just the whole process of me getting there. It wasn't any red flags, like I said. Pick me up with a fellow teammate, kind of talk to my teammate, just kind of privately between me and him, asking.
If you know each other, you haven't heard any or talked to each other, and you're around each other for a while.
Exactly. Yeah. So just getting off the plane or whatever, it was still so far so
good. Okay. Once you got so did they end up giving you an apartment? What were the facilities like? What was the food like? What was the city like when you got there?
The city was beautiful. It was totally different from Bosnia. I was in the capital. I was in Yerevan, Armenia, in the capital. Where we were downtown, so it was, it was McDonald's, Burger King. It was American food. It was very, urban, civilized. More people there knew English. As far as the facility was nice. We had access to, a gym where, we could, at least in the beginning, we could go there and, sometimes be in there without actually practicing, going to just the fellow foreigners, we can go in there, play a varsity or, a 2-on-2 or something like that. The facility was pretty nice. And what else did you ask me?
Just like, what was the city like, the facilities, the team? Did they provide shoes for you, practice uniforms? or they kind of you just got to bring your own old double-sided jerseys?
Oh yeah. So as far as just like providing us with like gear and stuff like that, we kind of had to be on our own. We had to provide for our own. They didn't give us shoes or jerseys or anything like that. They gave us like some pennies, but we kind of had to return them afterwards. So yeah, it really was just a situation where before you came, we asked what the team colors were. We know what the team colors were. They were white and black, which was pretty neutral. So we kind of just brought whatever we wanted.
Nice. Yeah. So in doing so, how did the team kind of, as you progress, you were there for 4 years and you said things kind of started kind of sliding downhill. What were the key factors? What were some of the things you would want other players in the future to look out for?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, in the league, you can only have 4 Americans, and we can only have 4 foreigners. Like I stated, the guy from Slovakia, because in the league, they had like Russians and people that were from Georgia, the country Georgia. They were considered like locals, so those players were good. But my teammate that was from Slovakia, he was considered a foreigner. So it was me, him, and we had 2 other guys from America, so that's 4. They had another guy coming in, which obviously makes 5, which means somebody was kind of, they would be out of luck. So that was kind of a red flag right there. But they wound up doing the right thing, and they put him on another team. So that was fine. But just like things started off very well. We wound up beating the first game we played. We wound up beating the team that was predicted to win the whole thing. We beat them by double digits. Everybody played fairly well, and things was good. The next game we played, how sometimes you kind of can play down to your level of competition. That's what we kind of did. We played a team that only had 1. Actually, we wound up playing the team that the guy that was on our team at the 5th man, we got traded to. We actually wound up playing them. He was the only foreigner on the team. Kind of took it lightly, and we lost. Now that I know what's going on, I come to find out that our team, and other teams in the league were betting on us. In like other country, they were betting.
Yeah.
So after the game, after we lost, we saw like one of the owners of our team like crying, and we kind of found that kind of odd and peculiar because it's like I'm just like it's not really that serious. It's not a championship game. Like we can bounce back. It's okay. It's only our 2nd game together. It'll be cool. So we didn't really know what's going on, but now we know that they were betting on us. And the thing with that is, it's like if you're gonna bet, okay, I don't really have a problem with that, but they weren't trying to split any of the profits with us. We're the ones that, I feel like you should, break even with everybody. That so
you're the workers, you're the laborers.
Exactly. So that was a red flag right there. Then our first payment was a day late. That's not really a big deal. So it was a day late. The next month comes, and it was just a lot of it was 2 owners of the team, and one owner was with us in Armenia, and the other one he stayed in Lebanon. He came and visited for like a couple of days. He seemed like a pretty good guy. He knew English fairly well. You can tell he had money. He traveled from Lebanon and America. He traveled a lot frequently, so he wasn't a slouch. But when it came time for the pay, he was like, "Oh, things are kind of right now. It's the owner. He's in LA and stuff, so it's going to be kind of hard to send the money." So mind you, I'm from America. 3 other of my teammates are from America, so it's been situations where we have people send money through like MoneyGram, Western Union, or whatever, and we're from America, so it's not like he said he's in like I don't know. Jerusalem or something like that, and you're like, I can't send it. You're in America, you're from we from, so we know that's kind of that's kind of BS, but okay.
You're always able to access it, except for maybe a Sunday.
Exactly. So it's kind of kept prolonging it. Then we get informed like that night, or a couple of days go past, or maybe even a week, like, hey, the money's gonna get sent tomorrow, so we're cool. The day comes, and of course we're all like, hey, what's going on? Where's our money? And he says that, the owner of the team, he's in the hospital. He had high blood pressure and stuff like that. So
they're throwing every excuse at you.
Yeah, and even if we kind of are smelling BS, it's still like, all right, it's health situation, because you never know, and at the end of the day, I don't want somebody's life
Yeah,
is
you don't want to. Yep.
yeah. So but it was kept. So after he was okay in the hospital, okay, he's traveling back. It was just they just kept giving us the runaround. So with that being said, just in all honesty, um, when you're not getting your money, you're not as motivated to play. Even though we all love basketball and stuff, Oh, excuse me. It was just,
Or keep talking. 2 seconds. Just keep talking. I'll be right back.
even, even though you love basketball and stuff like that, it's just a fact of that, if you're out here away from your family, you're out here away from everything, you're making sacrifices, doing all this stuff for a team and, for the fans, and you're not getting compensated, you're not getting paid, it just makes it difficult. So, we kind of had some hard shit. A lot of people weren't seeing eye to eye. So we kind of went in the drought. We started losing and stuff like that. And with that being said, it was still no pay, no pay. So come to find out that the owner told us in a group chat, if you play overseas or if you want to play overseas, you might want to get familiar with an app called WhatsApp, because that's what everybody basically talks on, an app called WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And he basically put in a group chat that I asked, I'm like, hey, what's going on? I put in a group because, for the most part, this was concealed just between the Americans and the owner. So the other owner, who was basically playing like he didn't have anything to do with this, he said, hey, Torin, I know you have a situation or whatever. Because, you got to understand, we're grown men. We have families. We have responsibilities, bills, just like they do. So he was like, hey, you should put it in a group chat for everybody to see. So I'm like, okay, hey. So I do that. And he states to me, you will get your money when you start winning games and playing to your full capability. I know that you guys are not even playing half of your capable, action.
Yeah.
And that's when you will get your money. So me, I wanted to say a lot of stuff, but I didn't. I just screenshotted it and I sent it to my agent and, just kind of wanted to plan things accordingly. Mind you, I wound up getting hurt. So I'm not even playing at this point right now. Actually, I'm sorry. I got hurt. I dislocated my ankle, and I wound up coming back. So I'm playing, and not to toot my own horn, but I'm leading the team in literally everything: points, rebounds, field goal percentage, like everything. Giving them my all, and I'm not even 100%. So that kind of really hit home for me because, I'm away from my family. I could have easily went home, rehabbed at home or whatever. You guys would have had to pay for the ticket. I'm doing this for you guys, and I just kind of really felt disrespected and it was a slap in the face. And I don't want to talk for other people, but it wasn't just my team that were doing that. When you're overseas, you kind of get close with other Americans. Obviously not, but outside of the court, you guys talk and stuff like that. And it was similar situations on almost every other team as well. Some people are gonna kind of suck it up because you're overseas. And some people just try to duke it out like, hey,
you want to be professional. You committed to something. You have a contract. They're not keeping up with it. And so, what did you end up doing once that happened? Did you sit out of practice? Or was it one of those things you just left? Like you said, you finished up in January. Did the team fold? What happened?
Well, it was just a situation where it was like a break. So basically after Christmas, we had like a two week out where there was no games to be played, and you basically wouldn't play again until like early January. And we basically kind of gave them an ultimatum. Basically, obviously, like if you don't give us our money, we didn't say we were going to leave. Basically, like we're not going to just keep waiting around. So obviously, nothing changed, and we kind of just left at the night. So we would order. We have to pay. So mind you, like I stated, they already had paid for our tickets, but this was like later on, like April, March. This is in January, so we haven't got paid for the past almost 2 months. So we wound up just leaving. We got our tickets on our own. We wound up just leaving at like 3, 4 in the morning. Like the first available flight that we can go back to America. That's what we wound up doing. My situation, I stayed a little longer just because, like I said, I have, everybody's financial situation is different. So I had to kind of stay a couple of days longer, maybe even like a week longer. And I was really trying to duke it out because for me, like I stated before, I was leading the team in a lot of, categories, statistic wise. They were, kind of telling me like, hey, they were kind of throwing some of my teammates under the bus, which kind of showed the true, the true colors and true character. basically saying like, hey, you know, we about to get a new guy. That's why we didn't pay him and stuff like that. We're going to pay you. So they wound up giving me $200. I guess I don't know if it was like hush money or like please stay, but that wasn't even close to what like you know to what they owed me. So they wound up doing that, and then I wound up leaving. So and everybody left. Like everybody, all the foreigners that I came out there with, everybody left. They went up,
and they weren't being paid. And so, did you ever file arbitration? Did your agent try to file a F.I.B.A arbitration against them? What happened afterwards, or did you just kind of chalk it up to the game?
At first, I was kind of heated because they owe me like thousands of dollars, but just kind of talking with my agent and stuff. He was basically just telling me that I did wind up getting hurt out there. And, you know, unfortunately, sometimes what a team says or what the owner says can kind of outweigh what you and your agent says. So he was basically saying that, you know, if I do go forward with, you know, basically suing them and trying to get my money, they could say that I'm injury prone, that I'm a problem. You know, they can kind of just tarnish my name. And,
you didn't cooperate with the team even though they hadn't paid you for 2 months, and you just refused to practice or playing games.
Exactly. So, you know, just kind of going back and forth with him, I kind of agree with what he said. And like you said, I kind of just checked it up as a loss. It was a learning experience. I'm a firm believer in karma. So since all of us left, they've only won one game since. And I don't know if you remember.
Keeping track on them online, seeing how they're doing.
Of course, you have to. And I don't know if you remember before I told you that we had to win a certain amount of games to qualify to be in the EuroLeague. At least allegedly, that's what they told us. And before I left, we were one game away from that. So, I mean, they technically, I guess, qualify. I'm not sure, but you know, it was just a lot of craziness and nonsense going on, and it was just a lot of lies, and just just not being a respectable man of your character, because you're only as good as your word at the end of the day, and that wasn't good.
And so for the 2019 year, there August, September, October, November, December, about probably 5.5, 6 months. You invested a lot of time and energy into them for future players, even for mid-season, saying that we just got rid of Torin Washington. We want to bring in another player, and that other player uses EuroHooplife to be able to research. What advice would you give to a player or a family or a wife who's doing this research on a team that's offering them from Armenia?
Yeah. Well, I would just say just do your research. What I've learned and what I sometimes do now is if a team reaches out to me and wants to offer me a contract, you utilize EuroBasket. You can go on EuroBasket, utilize Google, type in the name of the team, see if you can see old roster from maybe a year or two ago. Reach out to that. If you see an American, reach out to them. Contact them via Facebook, social media, and just ask them like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm so and so." Kind of just explain your situation.
Just chat it up with them and see what the situation you're getting yourself into is.
Exactly, and see if things were on time, how did they treat you, and stuff like that, and just kind of go from there. Also, just like I said, do your research. See, if you do look at Armenia, even if you don't believe what I'm saying, you can see like literally like every couple months, each team out there is bringing in new players, and it's not because players are not playing up to par. It's because these teams out there are lying. They're saying they're going to give you this amount of money, and they might start off, maybe that first month give you your money and everything is fine. But whether you're winning or losing, it's the proof is in the pudding that they're lying and they're betting on you. They're not giving you money. So the whole league is just crazy. I will say I won't tarnish the league fully. I will say that from the start to now they have they are getting better as far as like the quality of the league. I will say that just if you watch the games, like kind of the technology, the referees, just the cameras, everything like that, they are getting better with that. So I will give them some credit for that. The social media is getting better, but they really just need to just try to work with people with some integrity and that are men or women of their word. So that's really all I got to say about that.
Yeah, and one little thing for informational is a lot of these teams say they're just for round numbers. Their budget is $5 million. The league or the F.I.B.A only makes the team have a bank account with about half of the money in that account. So you're gonna have a 2.5. Throughout that season, they know that they're probably going to have one sponsor. They're going to have a main sponsor that says a coffee place or a pharmacy or a telephone company. they're going to put in, $1 million of advertising, and then they're going to chip away at 30 or 40 different little small clothing places that are local. Once the team doesn't finish in first, second, or third, that's when those little sponsors stop paying their sponsorship, because they know that the season isn't going to go on. And it's kind of in American culture is where you say you sign a contract and there's ramifications if you don't keep up with that contract. Over there, they just come to you and they give you all the excuses in the book. And then what happens is the team doesn't get the money from those sponsors. The sponsors stop kind of supporting them. The managers don't get their full amount, and then the S rolls downhill. Another side thing is if you are to file arbitration and if it's under $20,000, it's going to cost you about $2,000 to $2,500 just to file that arbitration with FIBA. FIBA is going to go to the team. The team's not going to even recognize you as a player. So now you have to front that $2,500 for the team, just for the secretary to take both information from the team and the player. Then he hands it over to the judge for the FIBA arbitration, and it takes him a long time. It takes him about a year and a half, 2 years to get that paperwork. So if you're out $10,000, $15,000, you got to come out $5,000 to go after the money that you may never see again. It doesn't make it financially feasible for most players to be able to go after that arbitration. And this is one of the reasons why EuroHooplife has started, is like players and agents, they need a place that they can say, hey, I'm not going to get myself in this situation based off of past players' experiences, because Torin, you just dealt with this issue back in January of 2019, and they owe you in $10,000 to $15,000, and that fell apart shortly after you were there. So a lot, I think, just with the information that you've given and what we're providing through EuroHooplife, it's a tangible and it's a information that you can use.
Yeah,
it's functional information because it affects the outcome and the time that we spend over there, because there is a lot of downtime.
A lot.
So, well, Torin, I want to thank you for your time. Is there any little last 30 seconds that you want to leave for players? A yes or no, a 60% or a 0%. Don't even mess with Armenia. Know what to expect.
Yeah, I mean, I will go on record and say this. I'm not trying to bash Armenia or anything or the league. I'm just, trying like you said, I'm trying to help that next person not, make that mistake that I did, or not even a mistake. I don't want that person to go through the same thing that I did. But as far as Armenia, I will say this: it is a couple of players that started the season with me that are still out there from different teams. So it might be, a team or two that's
hit or miss. You just don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, but for me, it's gonna be a no. It's gonna be a 90% no, 10% yes, because
Armenia, DC.
Yeah, no, it's a no from every single team in that league for me, but especially BC Erebuni. The only positive I got out of that is my stats are on EuroBasket, which is credible, and I have good film. But other than that, I didn't gain anything.
There you go. Well, Torin, thank you for your time. Thank you for your dedication in Armenia. And we'll wrap this up with EuroHooplife podcast. Thank you.
Thanks, Bennett.